Right now on Apple Valley News Now, live in prime time.
It's official. The same prosecutor who was assigned to Trooper Sarah Clayson's case is retiring. What happens now?
Plus, a large fire just outside our viewing area in north central Oregon breaking out, and now I-84 is closed to traffic in some parts. We have the very latest.
And later,
coming up, a brand new reservoir could be coming to Badger Canyon that could help parts of the Tri-Cities in times of drought.
And taking a look from the Yakima Valley to the Columbia Basin, a few clouds out there, a little bit of haze in the air with some fires burning around the area. The news in prime time starts right now.
This is Apple Valley News Now, prime time on your side.
good evening, and thank you so much for joining us after the NBA Finals. I'm Wendy Redmond.
And good to see you. I'm Austin Reed. It is June the 11th.
Our top story tonight, Spokane County Prosecuting Attorney Larry Haskell is retiring next month. Why is that important to our area? Well, Haskell was appointed in the case of Trooper Sarah Clayson. In March, you may remember, Clayson was involved in a crash in Richland that claimed the life of a young motorcyclist. Her blood alcohol content later found to be more than twice the legal limit. So far, she has not been charged. We are working to find out what his retirement means for this case. We do know commissioners will appoint a new prosecuting attorney to serve the rest of Haskell's term, which goes through December of 2026. In November of that year, an election will be held to determine the new prosecuting attorney who will take office January of 2027. Stay with Apple Valley News Now, live on air and online as we continue to follow any new developments.
Now to fire season 2025, a fire broke out near the Rowena Crest viewpoint in the Columbia River Gorge around 1:30 today, prompting a level 3 go now evacuation order in the area.
Take a look at this incredible video here. Interstate 84 still closed in both directions tonight near milepost 78, which is about 7 miles west of the Dalles. Parts of SR 14 and Highway 30 are also closed. As of 7:55 tonight, there were more than 700 homes under that level 3 go now evacuation, nearly 1,200 more on a level 2 be set order, and more than 150 under level 1 be ready orders. Temporary evacuation shelters were opened at the Dalles Middle School and the Gloria Center. So far, there is no containment on this fire.
Firefighters at work on Interstate 82 on the Washington and Oregon border this afternoon, putting out a nearly 30-acre brush fire. Crews responded to this one just after 4 p.m. to a very fast-moving fire near the interstate. The fire burned the vegetation down the Pioneer exit ramp, but was stopped due to being surrounded by roadway. It took about 2 hours to make sure the fire was out and to check for any hot spots. No word on if there was any damage to the utility poles in the area, but power companies were there to monitor the situation. Now to Kittitas County, where the Red Bridge fire remains active.
Here's what we know. The fire that began Monday has burned around 53 acres. Right now, it is about 60% contained. According to the Kittitas County Sheriff's Office, evacuations have been reduced. Level 3 evacuations have been downgraded to level 2. This is in effect for properties from the 3100 block to the 5500 block of Red Bridge Road.
Now, they say this is on the north side of the road. This also includes properties on Wheel Road, Pine Duff Drive, Loping Lane, Nordic Lane, and Arrowleaf Lane.
Level 2 evacuations have been reduced to level 1. This will impact properties in the 5500 block of Red Bridge Road east to Teenaway Road, on the south side of Red Bridge Road to State Route 970. Red Bridge Road remains closed, and officials say avoid the area unless you're a property owner or a resident.
Wind was an issue today for firefighters.
Definitely hot and windy, bad combination, but hopefully some cooler temps could be on the way. Let's check in with First Alert Stacy Lee.
That's right, hot, windy, and yeah, red flag warnings through the area. And as you can see, a little bit of smoke and haze out in the distance. We could see those windmills a little bit earlier today, but air quality at this point is doing okay in the region, so just be aware of that. This is the big concern, of course, the strong gusty winds. Look at these gusts right now in Ellensburg. Yakima is very windy. That Columbia River Gorge Dalles area, very, very windy, even breezy here in the Columbia Basin. So 84 degrees outside. Our feels like temp is 82. Sustained winds at 15, and as you can see, gusts much more. Air quality, like I said, okay, even considering you can see that smoke and haze in the air. Temperatures around the rest of the region, a lot of us still in the 80s at this hour tonight. Planning your day tomorrow, 50s and 60s out the door, 70s, and look at that. I see some 80s instead of 90s and triple digits in the afternoon, so much better day. We are going to continue to be dry. We have more gusty winds tonight. Fire danger extremely high, and it's going to be extremely high in certain areas right into the weekend. Cooler 80s tomorrow, and we have the full strawberry moon. I'll tell you when you can check that out tonight. Austin, Wendy.
Thanks so much, Stacy. The Kennewick Police Department says in a multi-agency operation, the Tri-Cities Regional SWAT team helped execute a search warrant today.
Our news crew was there. This all happened around 4 this afternoon on West 4th Avenue between South Moraine Street and South Union Street, where detectives tracked a wanted male. But at one point, the execution by law enforcement took a turn.
When they attempted to contact him, he barricaded himself inside with 2 other people. They continued to barricade and refused to exit the residence. So a couple of NFDDs, noise flash diversionary devices, were deployed to try to elicit a response. After the second one, all 3 subjects came out.
KPD identified them as Sergio Flores, Samuel Flores, and Rachel Villa. All 3 were taken into custody after determining the other 2 were also wanted. The felony warrants are for criminal history and drug offenses. KPD says it caused traffic delays, but the roadway is now open.
Search teams hunting for Travis Decker, the missing man accused of kidnapping and killing his 3 young daughters, are taking a new detection and direction with their efforts in Chelan County, but insist they haven't given up on tracking down the man. Law enforcement officials conducted a press conference today regarding the manhunt for Decker. Officials from the Chelan County Sheriff's Office, the U.S. Marshals Service, the Wenatchee Police Department, and even Border Patrol provided an update regarding the search. During their statements, the agencies confirmed that Border Patrol would be taking the lead on the investigation.
At this time, the Chelan County Sheriff's Office is going to deviate our resources back to the investigation, working closely with the Chelan County Prosecutor's Office to ensure our case for murder and kidnapping are ready to go, ready to be presented, while our partners with the U.S. Customs and Border Patrol is going to continue to keep their units on the ground.
Part of that is to include deploying our rapidly advancing manhunt program. That program brings resources from all over to include funding to support your community, the Sheriff's Department, Border Patrol, and all the other resources so we can navigate the terrain and locate and apprehend the fugitive.
Now, we also know that the Kittitas County Sheriff's Office will continue to help search for Decker. If you know anything, though, call 911. Other news and new tonight, the Kennewick Irrigation District is exploring a big project that could help secure the area's water future.
It's a new reservoir that would boost water storage during dry years. Apple Valley News Now's William Albert has what you could expect from this project.
Right now, the Kennewick Irrigation District pulls water from the Yakima River Basin, operating under restrictions due to junior water rights. But after multiple years of drought conditions, officials say long-term planning is necessary. They're considering a potential 12,000 acre-foot reservoir near the intersection of Badger Canyon Road and Badger Road. And while this is just one potential location, officials say avoiding water shortages is of the utmost importance.
But more and more frequently, we're seeing drought conditions in the Eastern Cascades, which leads to water shortages. Increasing that water supply is critically important to our community and making sure we have adequate supplies.
Mick Shane says the property where the reservoir could potentially sit was actually purchased by the district years ago, specifically with reservoir storage in mind.
Kennewick Irrigation District purchased this property a number of years ago with the intent to be able to provide a reasonable site for reservoir storage that's within our community. The site behind me is about 330 acres. It's currently being farmed by people that are leasing that ground from the Kennewick Irrigation District for that farming activity.
And officials say being able to access that extra water during drought seasons is critical to maintaining a reliable water supply.
A potential reservoir could help parts of the Tri-Cities in times of drought by adding additional water supply.
We store water when the water supply is available, and then we have it available to us when water supply is low.
This idea has been in the works for years and got a major push after a historic drought nearly a decade ago.
In the 2015 drought was the worst conditions that the irrigation district had seen in its history. That really spurred our board of directors to push towards what are these solutions that we can provide for the community. This reservoir site, potential reservoir site, and others like it really were envisioned in 2017 following an opportunity to see how other people in the world are dealing with these issues. And so this has been a site that we've been looking at for quite some time now, almost 10 years.
For now, the district continues planning, looking for best ways to keep water flowing for the community it serves. In Kennewick, William Albert, Apple Valley News Now.
William, thank you. The project is still in the environmental review phase, and the district says it's also considering other possible locations. But with dry conditions sticking around, they say building more storage is quickly becoming a top priority.
The Yakima City Council met last night. The main topic, the city's growing budget deficit. Yakima is facing a $9 million shortfall for 2026. If nothing is done, the city could see major service cuts, including closing Fire Station 92, eliminating gang and narcotics units, shutting down public pools, as well as scaling back parks, youth programs, and maintenance. City staff presented 3 options. 1, cut $9 million in services. 2, make smaller cuts and ask voters to approve levies for public safety and parks. And 3, ask voters to approve a full city services levy, avoiding any cuts at all. For a typical West Valley home, a full levy would mean about $25 more per month, but no cuts to city services.
I think a lot of the members of the public aren't aware. We're not like the county or we're like the state. Cities are formed by their residents. The amenities in a city are decided by the people who live here, what kind of services they want to provide. For many years, they believed they were of value and there was enough funding to maintain those things. Now is the time to determine if the community still thinks those things are of value, to support them or not.
The final decision may go to voters this November. We'll, of course, keep you updated.
New in prime time, Yakima Transit will again cancel its free shuttle to State Fair Park for the July 4th celebration. The shuttle was first discontinued for last year's 4th due to low participation. But the combination of low participation and an overall increase in transit costs led the city to extend the shuttle cancellation to this year's event as well. So it will be discontinued until further notice. The 4th of July celebration at State Fair Park starts at noon on Friday, July 4th. The celebration concludes at 10 p.m. with a fireworks display.
Spreading the good news today, one courtroom in the Benton County District Court was a little louder than usual. They celebrated 3 new graduates from their Benton County Mental Health Court program. This program is uniquely tailored to each participant's needs, helping them take the right next steps forward. One of the graduates, Aaron Barclay Howell, says getting treatment through the program helped him overcome his struggles with addiction. Now he looks to stay on the right path after graduation.
I'll continue to take my meds and meet with my counselor and at the methadone clinic, as well as continue going to NA and church, as well as spend lots of time with my children and their mom.
And at the end of the program, each graduate gets to shred their criminal charges. There they go.
Such an important thing that Benton County does. So.
Congratulations to them.
Absolutely. The news in prime time is just getting started. Coming up, cracking down on speed racers.
We'll have that story and this.
I'm Dan Hansen. Big changes coming to the Benton Franklin Fairgrounds. Some exciting changes, but also a little emotional. I'll tell you why coming up.
And speaking of changes, is change on the way in the weather department? Stacy is coming back with a look at your full First Alert weather forecast. And before we head off to break, make sure you scan that QR code right there on your screen and get the brand new Apple Valley News Now weather app. We'll be right back.
Which automaker employs the most hourly workers in the country? Ford. Which automaker assembles the most vehicles in the country? Ford. It's a commitment Ford dealers share by offering employee pricing across a full lineup of Ford vehicles.
Spring sale at Queensgate Gardens. 25% off annuals, baskets, and vegetable starts. Tacos and more on site. Queensgate Gardens, where adventure grows.
It's the 45th anniversary sale at Walker's Furniture.
This is one of our favorite events where we get to celebrate these great years with you.
And that means friends and family pricing throughout the store, with savings up to 45% off.
Or get no interest financing for up to 5 years. So you can get it today and pay over time.
From our family to yours, we'd like to thank you for 45 wonderful years.
Ever feel like something's missing? Like there's a hole in your morning routine? Well, we've got just the thing. At Some Bagels, we make more than fresh bagels. We make a variety of baked goods to fill your day with everything you've been missing. Have your favorite coffee drink with our in-house roasted espresso beans. And enjoy your bagel with our flavored cream cheeses. Because at Some Bagels, the only thing better than the hole in the middle is everything around it. I want some, you want some, we want some. Gimme Some Bagels.
Got a birthday coming up, celebrating a big win, or just want to gather the crew for a pizza and a good time? For decades, Hubby's Pizza has been the go-to spot for family, friends, and fun. Reserve your table and bring the whole gang. Kids, family, teammates, whoever loves great pizza and good vibes. Dig into your favorite pizza, hit up the fresh salad bar, and let the kids have a blast in the arcade. And if the party's at your place, no problem. Hubby's now delivers through Grubhub and DoorDash. A community tradition, a place to celebrate. Acquire the Hubby's habit today.
Hey guys, it's Men's Health Awareness Month, and we're reminding you that any time is a good time to start healthy living decisions. Learn more at applevalleynewsnow.com.
Sponsored locally by Prosser Memorial Health. Learn more at prosserhealth.org. This is how we care.
When Josh Colbert nails the high temp, we add $25 to the 3-degree guarantee jackpot. He's on a hot streak, and the prize is over $1,000. So enter at applevalleynewsnow.com, then watch Josh on Good Morning Northwest. It's all from Legends Hotel Casino.
Seattle-born stand-up comedian and impressionist Adam Ray, live at Legends Casino, Friday, July 11th. Known best for his Netflix special, Adam Ray is Dr. Phil Unleashed, as well as his popular YouTube channel.
If you don't know what Citizens app is, it's an app you can put on your phone that notifies you of all the danger that's lurking. That sounds like fun. Yeah, there's a lot of people cooking for Cocoa Puffs right outside your door.
Tickets on sale now at Ticketmaster.com and Legends Gift Shop. Don't miss Adam Ray, live on July 11th at Legends Casino in Toppenish.
Which automaker employs the most hourly workers in the country? Ford. Which automaker assembles the most vehicles in the country? Ford. It's a commitment Ford dealers share by offering employee pricing across a full lineup of Ford vehicles.
Register today. Register your team for $140. Ends midnight Tuesday, June 24th.
Welcome back, everybody. You're watching the news in prime time. The Benton County Fairgrounds have become a year-round hub of activity.
But Apple Valley News Now's Dan Hansen says big changes are on the way. Some major upgrades that promise to bring even more events and more people to the Tri-Cities.
Right now, the parking lot behind me is under construction, but it's all part of a multi-million-dollar project for what's possible here. April was wild at the Benton County Fairgrounds in Kennewick. From boa constrictors to big rigs, there was barely a break in the action.
I think it shows the growth of this community.
And now that space is getting a $12 million glow up. First stop, a $3 million parking lot project to make grounds easier to access. But the real show is what's coming next. The iconic grandstand at McDaniel Arena, complete with saloon-style flair, is saying goodbye. In its place, a bigger, better venue with more seating, more accessibility, and maybe even more music.
It's not just the growth of the fairgrounds property. That's honestly secondary to the economic impact that these events bring into the community.
Kevin Lewis, the president and CEO with Visit Tri-Cities, says these events bring a huge boost to the Tri-Cities economy.
One of the big ones that uses the fairgrounds is the fair and rodeo. I think that event brings about 18,000 visitors from out of the area and probably $1.5 million in economic impact. And there are some other ones that have, maybe lesser numbers, but they're still impactful as they come in throughout the year.
The mural? Don't worry, they're working to bring it back too. Because while progress is the goal, preserving tradition is still a part of the plan.
The mural that's on front of Sundowns right now, our primary focus and goal with that is we're going to have that digitized. And it's going to be, that mural will be part of the new grandstands. It'll just be through a digital representation of it.
Construction on the grandstands kicks off in August, just after the fair. And by this time next year, the Benton Franklin Fairgrounds will attract a whole new kind of crowd. Reporting in Kennewick, Dan Hansen, Apple Valley News Now.
Thank you, Dan. French says he wants to make sure everyone knows the chutes over the rodeo arena are not going anywhere. Designs for the new arena haven't been released just yet, but they should be in soon. This project is being paid for through economic dollars through the county.
And Wendy, new in prime time, with summer in full swing, the Washington State Patrol is turning up the heat on street racing. WSP says this time of year typically brings a spike in that kind of racing, especially among younger drivers who are right out of school. It's a dangerous trend, and that's why troopers are stepping up enforcement. Their aggressive driving apprehension teams are already on the lookout, focusing specifically on cracking down on illegal racing. But it's not just about writing tickets, it's about keeping people safe. WSP says these races can quickly spiral into dangerous road rage incidents.
We want to have everybody safe on our roads, and we see quite often road rage start as somebody cutting somebody else off, and it may not even be intentional, which then turns into weapons brandishing or worse, shots fired.
Right now, street racing is considered a gross misdemeanor in Washington. If you are caught, you could face up to a year in jail and a $5,000 fine.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Stacy Lee.
And we'll take a live look outside as the sun is setting. This is our Legends Casino Skycam in Toppenish tonight. 80 degrees, still warm, but pretty pleasant out there other than the gusty winds. Now, winds are sustained in the area at 11 miles an hour. They've been gusting up much more than that. Humidity on the rise as well, so that's good news. We've been seeing humidity in the teens, so that looks better for fire weather conditions. Temperatures around the area, 70s and 80s, so overall nice warm night outside. Temperatures are going to continue to drop as we've got a cold front moving in. I've been tracking some thunder and lightning. Hard to tell where we are. Well, we're in central Oregon, down around Ukiah, or actually there's Ukiah, so south of Ukiah. This system is moving up towards Baker City, just south of La Grande. So lightning could start some more fires. And let's talk about the Red Bridge fire. That's the one that's been burning in the Kittitas Valley. A little over 53 acres or so has been burning, but they've got 60% containment, and they've reduced some of the evacuation zones in the area. We were in the yellow and the red. Now we've reduced it down to be set to be ready in most of that area there. So just be keep an eye on that in case things shift due to winds or conditions. So again, right now it seems like firefighters are getting that one under control. Let's take a look at our vegetation dryness forecast. It's pretty bad. Significant dry conditions in the upper Yakima Cascades area, the lower portion, and that's where some of these fires are starting down the Columbia River Gorge. Very dry through the Columbia Basin and the foothills of the Blues. So very dry conditions persist. And then the winds. We'll continue to see those strong gusty winds through tonight. They've been gusting pretty much at their peak, and they're going to stay there till about midnight. As we move into our Thursday, winds will stay pretty blustery here in Ellensburg and once again down the gorge. A little bit less in the Columbia Basin, but the foothills of the Blues, again, where it's very dry, they're going to see some gusty winds. Things will die down in the afternoon, some of our region, but the rest of us are still going to be seeing those strong gusty winds, and they pick up once again tomorrow night. So another advisory day for Thursday through Saturday, mainly in the Kittitas Valley, but I could say the Columbia River Gorge should be added to that list as well, as we'll see those strong gusty winds throughout the weekend, 35 to 55 miles an hour at times. Let's talk temps. We're seeing temperatures feeling actually reducing to just barely above average, looking way better than way up there in those triple digits as we saw. So way more comfortable temperatures for you going forward into the week. Another thing to keep in mind for tonight, temperatures are going to be mild, good sleeping weather. Now, I did notice a little smoke and haze outside. Air quality is okay, but you might want to keep the windows closed, or you might want to stay up late to go check out that full moon. June's full strawberry moon is in its full display tonight. Here's your 7-day planner for the Tri-Cities. You see the 80s there. Really nice on Father's Day. Breezy winds and 86 degrees on Father's Day in Yakima. Again, look for those gusty winds and those alert days in the Kittitas Valley through Saturday. Things looking better on Sunday in Walla Walla. We'll see 80s and 90s there as well, with a cool down middle of next week down to the lower and mid 80s once again. So active weather, lots going on. Fire danger high. Be fire wise out there, but get ready for cooler temperatures. Stay with us. More Apple Valley News Now in prime time when we come right back.
Yard sale season is upon us. Blue skies bring out bold hearts and the negotiator. He says your tongs are overpriced by 50 cents. He's here to haggle, not to make friends. But you survived the swarm. You haggled over quarters, and you sold that blender for $2. You could have donated all of that to Goodwill, helped your community, and spent your weekend doing literally anything else. Goodwill. Donate, shop, impact locally.
I love how you're always thinking ahead.
Well, they don't call me Prepared Pat for nothing.
Guess that makes you forward-thinking Fiona.
Gotta protect your dreams. Life's better when you're under our roof.
And that would be? Relieved Rudy?
Save up to 23% by bundling your home and auto with us.
My family's been serving the Tri-Cities for 86 years at Griggs and the Tri-Cities Ace stores. And we have some deals we don't want you to miss. Get ready for hot weather. This fan's a steal at $29.99. A grill would make a great Father's Day gift. We have many in stock at super prices. Ace pleated furnace filters are buy 3, get 1 free. HCH Pool Shock Advanced is half price at $4.99. See all the deals using this QR code. Come see us at Griggs and the Tri-Cities Ace stores. And thank you for your business.
Want to revolutionize your career in digital advertising? Then join our team at Apple Valley News Now. We're looking for people passionate about helping local businesses thrive in today's evolving market. Check us out now at morganmurphymedia.com/current-openings.
Feeling overwhelmed? It's time to shed your worries, literally. At Columbia Basin Buildings and Sheds, we've got the perfect shed to clear the clutter, create space, and bring peace to your life. Man cave, playhouse, done. Want something custom? We'll build it just the way you want it. And we deliver for free. Spring is here. Shed the mess, shed the stress. See dealer for special pricing. Visit Columbia Basin Building and Sheds today, 3680 West Van Giesen in West Richland.
Show off your math skills and have some fun for a great cause. The Tri-Q Credit Union C3 Slam comes to Richland. Get ready for the biggest 3-on-3 basketball tournament in the Tri-Cities. Register today. $140 team registration available now through June 24th. Don't miss your chance to win $1,000 in the Custom Restoration Cool Cash Shootout. It all happens July 12th and 13th at John Dam Plaza. Register now at c3slam.com. Final weeks to register your team at $140. Ends midnight Tuesday, June 24th. Brought to you by the City of Richland and Tri-City Sunrise Rotary.
The Y Card, a powerful resource for former Hanford and DOE employees. If you worked in the area and have come down with cancer, lung disease, Parkinson's, or renal failure, you may be eligible for financial compensation and healthcare services. A simple phone call can get the process started. Atomic Home Health. Don't wait. Call today.
Welcome back, everybody. Late breaking news. A large fire has broken out in the community of West Richland. We have a reporter and a photographer there live right now. This is a live picture. Now, we are being told this is called the North Lake Fire.
Yes, near North Lake Drive and Clark Court, we are told. Again, this is in Richland. You just see the huge plumes of smoke here. And quite frankly, we are seeing smoke on our other sky cams around that area as well. We do know that this seems to be a very large fire, seems to be in a residential area. We are working to find out what exactly this means for people living in this area. So hopefully we can get an update for you there very soon. No word yet on what caused it.
Yeah, and we are going to have a crew out there for the rest of this newscast, so stay with us on air live and go to applevalleyNewsNow.com. Stay with us for the very latest. All right, we're going to take a quick break. We'll have much more for you because we are going to be on the air for the next half hour, so stay with us.
Jay Dalia, Jessica Jalal, and Josh Colbreth. Good morning, Northwest from Apple Valley News Now.
Prosser Digestive Health Center offers the full spectrum of digestive health care. Services provided by board-certified gastroenterologist Dr. Jack Brandenburg include colon cancer screenings, treatment for swallowing problems, inflammatory bowel disease, liver disorders, and more. To schedule an appointment, call Prosser Digestive Health Center at 509-786-5599 or learn more at prosserhealth.org. This is how we care.
Vance Heating and Air has been keeping Yakima homes cool since 1986. If your air conditioner needs service this summer, we'll take $86 off the cost of any AC repair. Our skilled technicians service all makes and models, and we guarantee you'll be happy when our work is complete. If your old AC is a throwback, save now on a new energy-efficient Daikin Fit system. Don't leave it to chance. Call Vance.
Expand your access to library services with the Great Rivers Library Partnership. Get a library card at the following participating libraries. Get your Mid-Columbia Libraries card and unlock access to over 350,000 books across 12 locations. High-quality programs like author visits, performers, and special events, and more. Plus, no late fines. Visit a Mid-Columbia Libraries branch near you for more information or visit midcolumbialibraries.org/reciprocal.
A drunk driver just blew a stop sign and we collided. My vehicle was totaled. What about the vehicle? How am I gonna get to work? How am I gonna continue taking care of my family? I contacted Tamaki Law and I told them about what had happened. Tamaki made it very simple, very easy. It was a stress relief for me. If you happen to be in an accident, call Tamaki Law.
At Fred's Appliance, we understand dishwashers, and nobody carries more Bosch dishwashers than us. We're the #1 Bosch dealer in the region, so you won't find this kind of selection in box stores. With every model in stock and ready to go, you can get a new dishwasher today. Swing into Fred's. We have thousands of in-stock get-it-today appliances, making us the most convenient choice around. Your local appliance expert since 1962. At Fred's, we sell appliances, only appliances.
It's the Click It RV Roll Into Summer sales event going on now at your local Click It RV store with huge manufacturers discounts from Forest River, StarCraft, and more. Get $0 down, nothing, and no payments for 6 months, and get top dollar for your trade. And talk about giveaways. Win a StarCraft trailer or $30,000 in cash. You can beat the coming tariffs, but nobody beats a Click It RV deal. We guarantee it. So don't miss the Roll Into Summer sales event at your local Click It RV store. Spokane, Milton, Freewater, Moses Lake, and Union Gap.
Apple Valley News Now is Pasco.
Apple Valley News Now is Natchez.
Apple Valley News Now is Umatilla.
Our broadcast center may be in Kennewick, but Apple Valley News Now is everywhere.
From the Blues in the east to the Cascades in the west, one television station is everywhere you want us to be. Leading the way with local news you trust.
Breaking news.
We're Apple Valley News Now, on your side.
Always on your side.
This is Apple Valley News Now, prime time, on your side.
We are 5 minutes away from 9 p.m. and we are live on the scene of a very large fire spreading in the community of West Richland.
That's right. We know this one is called the North Lake Fire. And stop, look at your screen. Huge plumes of smoke. You can see a rosy glow by the bush line, which seems to be like huge flames coming up by those trees. You can see some charred area in this direction as well. Our crews out here in the North Lake Drive and Clark Court area, again in West Richland, just so much smoke in the area. This, we are told, is near homes in a residential area, so we are working to find out. Oh, there's another closer shot. Yep. You can really start to see some of those flames here. This has only gotten bigger since we've been on the air.
You know, we are hearing scanner traffic that some homes, at least police officers and firefighters, are going around the neighborhood letting people know that this is happening. We heard that at least one home, the homeowners were asked to evacuate. This is all unconfirmed information, just stuff that we're hearing on this scanner, but you can see our Monique Ledesma and Aaron Wenzel on the scene right now, and we're going to stay on this story for a while. And for updates, of course, go to applevalleyNewsNow.com.
And we should say we do not know a cause just yet. And as we've been checking in with Stacy about this, she says the winds are picking up, and that is not our best case scenario right now, Austin.
No, and Stacy, you're from this area. You've lived here many, many years. That is in a residential neighborhood.
That's a very populated residential neighborhood with a lot of burnable materials around. So yeah, very dangerous. As we look outside on our Legends Casino Skycam in Richland, you can see the smoke starting to linger now in the Columbia Basin Tri-Cities area. Now, just to be frank, we were not in a red flag warning in the Tri-Cities. We had red flag warnings for Yakima and Kittitas Valley, but this is how dangerous when we get these kind of winds in these very dry times of the year that fires can spread rapidly. 84 degrees outside right now. Let's take a look at those winds. This is what our wind gusts are doing right now. Very windy through Ellensburg and Yakima. These winds just keep going up this evening, and they're going to stay pretty strong at least through midnight or about 2 o'clock in the morning, which could be problems. We're also starting to see impacts from air quality. We're getting to the unhealthy zone south of Tri-Cities and Hermiston, and that was from some fires burning earlier. Plus, we have fires burning down the Columbia River Gorge. For your day tomorrow, 50s and 60s out the door, 70s and maybe even 80 degrees by the middle of the day. Temperatures are cooling down, but fire danger remains very, very high. So look for those gusty winds, cooler temps, and we do have a full moon to check out tonight. Austin, Wendy.
All right, Stacy, thanks so much. Staying on the fire watch, after sitting dark for nearly 4 years, Station 410 in Benton County is getting new life and new firefighters. Benton County Fire District 4 says staffing and upgrades are now in place to reopen the station by the end of the month. The station was built in 1977. It closed when Station 430 opened up nearby. But with steady hiring and growing call volumes, leaders say the timing is now right.
It's June and we're entering peak fire season, and the additional staff on duty and being on a station that helps reduce response times to a area of our district that has a high risk all came together as a good time to reopen.
The station has been updated with better insulation, living quarters, and a new water fill station. Once open, crews will be ready to roll with a fire engine, ambulance, and wildland response gear. Once open, we're told Station 410 will have 2 to 3 firefighters staffed.
New in prime time and on the crime beat this evening, justice has been served in a high-profile murder case out of Benton County. A jury has found Antoine Robert Surge guilty of second-degree murder in the shooting death of Adree Thompson. The incident happened on May 19th, 2023 at the Columbia Park Apartments on Jadwin Avenue in Richland. The verdict came this afternoon following a 9-day trial and a day and a half of jury deliberation. Surge was also found guilty with a firearm enhancement, which could carry additional sentencing time. Sentencing will be scheduled by the court at a later date. Well, in entertainment news tonight, one of the co-founders and members of the Beach Boys, Brian Wilson, has died. Wilson's family announced his passing on the music icon's official website today. A cause of death not released. In 1961, Wilson and his cousin Mike Love wrote the song Surfin'. The pair later recorded the song with the Wilsons brothers along with Al Jardine. The group later became known as the Beach Boys. Wilson was known as the creative force behind the iconic band's surfin' sound. In 2023, Rolling Stone magazine named Wilson one of the 200 greatest singers of all time. He was 82 years old.
All right, let's get to some lighter news now. In Pasco, this Saturday is the Kids Farmers Market Day. The market will still run on its regular hours from 9 until 1, but since it's Kids Day, there will be a few unique experiences, like live music, knocker ball for some inflatable fun. Kona Ice will be there until about 11:15, and there will be face painting as well. Aside from being a fun-filled event, we're told it allows our young people to understand how everyday food items make their way to their plates.
It provides them an opportunity to interact with farmers, growers, people who produce these items and goods and services that they might not interact with on a regular basis. A lot of them, it's, you know, mom and dad take them to the store, it's a big chain grocery store or something like that. Here they actually get to go see the farmer who's growing the product, the, you know, kids and grandkids that are helping staff the booth at the farmer's market.
The Kids Day Market is also the opening weekend for the market's Colonel Kids Cash program. Kids in attendance can get a Colonel Kids Cash buck and exchange it at any of the vendor spots for things like fruits and veggies.
And making a splash as we enter into this summer weather, the city of Sunnyside is announcing when its public pool will open, and it's just around the corner. The pool is set to open this Saturday, June 14th, with 2 sessions open to the public. The first at 11 in the morning up until 1 in the afternoon. The second session from 3 to 5 in the afternoon. Bob's Drive-In Sunnyside is sponsoring the first 100 kids ages 12 and under. They get free entry for swim opening day. Still ahead on Apple Valley News Now in prime time, we have Operation Best Friend. Tonight, we will introduce you to Maple.
Plus, Stacy is tracking your full first alert weather forecast. Take a look there at the bottom of your screen and you can see the visibility is not so great from that Richland camera right there. Of course, download our Apple Valley News Now weather app by just scanning that QR code on your screen.
And as we leave you to break, let's go to another live picture. It just seems every few minutes we go to this shot. This large fire continues to expand. This is in West Richland. The address, the streets are, we've got North Lake Drive and Clark Court. We are monitoring this very serious situation. Stay with us for updates. We'll be right back.
The 3-Degree Guarantee, sponsored by Legends Casino Hotel.
Which automaker employs the most hourly workers in the country? Ford. Which automaker assembles the most vehicles in the country? Ford. It's a commitment Ford dealers share by offering employee pricing across a full lineup of Ford vehicles.
The story of the yard sale has many faces. Every year, the same familiar warriors return with the same battle cries. 2 adults, 1 blouse, no mercy. And by Sunday evening, you're $15 richer, but emotionally bankrupt. Or you could have skipped the sunburn, the chaos, and the passive-aggressive price haggling. Donate to Goodwill. Help your community enjoy your weekend. Goodwill. Donate, shop, impact locally.
Phones were made to help us connect, yet somehow they've made us less connected. Which is ironic, don't you think? We try to put our phones down, but we need to pick them up to see the menu. We can't watch something without also watching something else.
Ironic.
Ironic. But look, here's a phone company who wants you to use your phone less.
That's ironic.
Yeah, but in a good way. Let's find us again with Us Mode. U.S. Cellular, built for us.
Traffic jam.
Ugh, and I'm already late.
It's the 45th anniversary sale at Walker's Furniture.
This is one of our favorite events where we get to celebrate these great years with you.
And that means friends and family pricing throughout the store, with savings up to 45% off.
Or get no interest financing for up to 5 years. So you can get it today and pay over time.
From our family to yours. We'd like to thank you for 45 wonderful years.
Good Shepherd provides the most up-to-date orthopedic care available. Our team of experienced board-certified surgeons, physiatrists, and podiatrists are capable of fulfilling your orthopedic needs. Services include precise joint replacements, sports medicine, all orthoscopic shoulder and knee repairs, fracture care, hand surgery, and foot and ankle care. We are here to help you with your pain and maximize your body's performance and function. Good Shepherd Orthopedics in Hermiston. Patients first, always.
Lights, music, magic. At Giza Powerhouse Theater in Walla Walla, the stage comes alive with electrifying concerts, Broadway-style productions, side-splitting comedy, and unforgettable performances. This isn't just a theater. It's a destination for world-class entertainment in Eastern Washington. From the moment the curtain rises, you'll be swept into the extraordinary. Don't miss your chance to experience it all. Get your tickets now online. Giza Powerhouse Theater, where every show is a showstopper.
Spring sale at Queensgate Gardens. 25% off annuals, baskets, and vegetable starts. Tacos and more on site. Queensgate Gardens, where adventure grows.
Which automaker employs the most hourly workers in the country? Ford. Which automaker assembles the most vehicles in the country? Ford. It's a commitment Ford dealers share by offering employee pricing across a full lineup of Ford vehicles.
Welcome back, everybody. In this week's Operation Best Friend, we are introducing you to a 1-year-old husky mix.
The sweet girl is named Maple. Let's meet her.
Operation Best Friend, sponsored by As You Wish Houses, Christine Connolly Realtor, and by Manthite Group Cross Country Mortgage.
I'm Elizabeth Norman with the Pipple Pen, and this is Maple. And Maple is a 1-year-old female. She is a mixed breed husky mix with a questionable mix. She is an extremely happy, playful, fun-loving dog. Maple loves everybody she meets. If that's dog, if that's human, she's good with cats. She loves to play with children, and she loves to run and is super clumsy, and it's lots of fun to watch her. Maple does have idiopathic epilepsy, so she has epilepsy with an unknown cause. She has had an MRI. They were able to rule out any type of tumor or other cause. She is on medication and her seizures are mostly under control. So because Maple's grown up in a foster home, she is going to be coming to you with basic skills. So she is able to walk on a leash very nicely. She is house trained and crate trained already, and she is comfortable living in a home with a family. Maple enjoys toys and she is great at self-entertaining with them. So if you tuck her into her crate with a bone, she is happy and nicely behaved. Though she's living with epilepsy, Maple is otherwise healthy and is expected to live a normal lifespan. If you're interested in Maple, you can go to our website and all of her information is on there, as well as how to apply to adopt this lovely girl.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Stacy Lee.
And we're going to talk about the fire burning right now in West Richland. We've been getting lots of comments. Where exactly is this? If you take a look on your screen, here's Keene Road. This is North Lake Drive, and I'll zoom in. North Lake Drive is where this is occurring, and Clark Circle. So this area of West Richland, again, just off of Keene. If you know that area, definitely want to avoid it, but this is where the fire is burning at this hour. And as I've been telling you, the winds have been picking up. We're seeing smoke now really starting to impact our region. This is a live lookout in Richland, and you can barely see the hospital in the background, 77 degrees. The winds are the big concern, and I've been tracking these. Look at the winds just keep getting stronger in the Kittitas and Yakima valleys, but winds are gusting in the Tri-Cities anywhere from 30 to 40 miles an hour in the region. So that is not good for our firefighters or these fire conditions. Now, we've been talking about first alert weather days. It's been very dry. Let's take a look at our temperatures so far in the month of June. We have been above average more than we've been below average or at average in the Yakima Valley. And then look at Tri-Cities. We've had 7 above average days so far this year, and today again was above the average. Our area is extremely dry. We are a tinderbox, and we're just starting June. We're barely to the middle of June, so this is going to probably be a very active fire season, so we all have to be very fire wise going forward. As far as winds go, tonight we're going to continue to see these strong gusty winds through the evening. We should get a little bit of a break by the morning time, but some areas are still continuing to see strong gusty winds. So once again, fire danger remains elevated into Thursday, especially in the Columbia River Gorge. Well, I'm going to say the Columbia Basin as well, as we're seeing winds similar to what we're seeing tonight, tomorrow evening around the same time. So first alert weather days in place Thursday through Saturday for the Kittitas Valley specifically, but our entire region is going to be impacted by these winds and these dry conditions. Overnight lows will be dropping down into the 50s, so that'll be nice, getting down a little bit lower. Here's what your 7-day planner looks like. Just because the temperatures are getting lower does not mean fire danger goes away, especially when we have breezy winds, and you can see we've got lots of breezy winds on the horizon in all of our areas. Here's what Yakima looks like going forward. Should be a pretty nice Father's Day Sunday. It is Friday the 13th this year, landing on Friday. There's your alert days for the Kittitas Valley. Stronger gusty winds, unfortunately, are not going to go away there through the weekend and into next week. A little bit less of the wind situation in Walla Walla, but still a couple of warm days there Monday and Tuesday where we'll see those 90s return. Here's what it looks like in the Hermiston area. So lots of smoke and a din. And this is why we keep warning folks about, you know, the fire dangers are extremely high right now. It just takes just anything. And the fire.
Yeah. Speaking of that, let's go to another live picture. This is in West Richland, where that large fire is spreading. Our crews on the scene. It just seems every time we go back to this shot, it gets bigger.
It does. It does. It really has exploded. When we first were joining you, we couldn't necessarily see flames always, but in a lot of these shots, the flames have just been growing and they are taking over more areas. We know more crews have just arrived. Our crews here at the scene, we are trying to stay back a little bit. Mm-hmm. We want to let emergency crews do their work and be able to get in there, because on one shot when we zoomed in, we could see some flames that appeared to be right next to some kind of a structure. It could possibly be, you know, a house or a shed or something to that effect. It was kind of hard to tell, but we definitely are keeping our distance to get you the information, but also allow emergency crews to work.
And now, Stacey, you were saying this is kind of nearby the new Costco location?
Someone was saying that. I kind of searched. So it's slightly off of Keene. So it's homes are maybe a little more spread out, so there might be more vegetation between homes, but it is a densely populated area. So there's lots of homes that could be impacted by this, especially with those winds, guys. Those winds have gotten stronger since we've been on the air tonight. So.
Well, and just today, you know, I know this is a couple hours away, but we saw the Rowena fire, and that is continuing to burn.
Right.
84 closed.
Several fires have popped up because, once again, we've had very hot temperatures going into June, and it's been very dry. When was the last time it's rained? It's been quite a while. So that's not a good start to fire season, but that is the reality of what we live in these days.
We are also streaming live on our Facebook page for continuous nonstop updates. We're going to take a quick break right here, but we'll come back and we'll bring you more live coverage from West Richland on the other side.
Prosser Memorial Health orthopedic surgeon Dr. Jeffrey B. Higgs is now seeing patients at Prosser Orthopedic Center, providing sports medicine and orthopedic care. His services include arthroscopic surgery, sports injuries treatment, shoulder instability, rotator cuff and replacement surgery, knee reconstruction, and more. To schedule an appointment with Dr. Higgs, call Prosser Orthopedic Center at 509-786-5599 or learn more at prosserhealth.org. This is how we care.
It's not easy being Mariano Morales' horse. He needs to ride to clients all the time. He does take care of them. He gets the insurance company to pay for medical bills, car repairs, even money for pain and suffering. Looks like it's going to be another busy day. Better get warmed up. After all, I am his best friend.
Hurt in a car wreck? Give me a call.
Big or small, we work them all.
I'm attorney Mariano Morales, the heavy hitter.
The heavy hitter is the one for you. Call 853-2222.
Like most people, my days are nonstop. When I'm working, I need to stay focused. I'm not worried about my finances. That's why I went looking for a bank that makes managing my money effortless. Apple was exactly what I needed. Helpful people with easy-to-use tools. Now, I spend less time stressing about money and more time doing the things I enjoy. Where do you credit union?
Summer's almost here, and so is your next Subaru. The countdown to summer sales event is on at McCurley Subaru of Yakima, and the time is running out to lock in today's prices before potential market changes hit. Get ready for sunshine, road trips, and serious summer savings, like on a new 2025 Subaru Forester today for only $344 a month. Summer's coming fast. Lock in your deal today. McCurley Subaru of Yakima, your way home.
The old me was stuck in the daily grind. My routine didn't allow for any self-expression. I found clay, and that changed everything. I realized my calling was to give others the space to be creative, to build something. And that's how Cleveland was born. Having a Chase Ink card has allowed us to grow it and bring people together. There's a creative side in all of us. That's what I hope people come here to find.
Earn up to 5% cash back on business essentials with the Chase Ink Business Cash Card from Chase for Business. Make more of what's yours.
Dear unbreakable spirit, when the terrain is gnarly, you steady us. When obstacles are ahead, you lift us. When the turf is hostile, you inspire us. Own a legend. Toyota Trucks. Toyota has the best resale value of all brands according to Kelley Blue Book's KBB.com. Find yours at Toyota.com. Toyota. Let's go places.
Register today. Register your team for $140. Ends midnight Tuesday, June 24th.
9:16 on this Wednesday night. Only Apple Valley News Now is bringing you live coverage on television of this large fire spreading in West Richland.
This is happening in the North Lake Drive and Clark Court area. We have just learned from officials that we have confirmed what we suspected, that homes are being threatened from this fire, and it just seems to be getting bigger and bigger. Every time we turn around, it seems that we are hearing more emergency crews arriving, so the response is growing along with the flames.
Yeah, and we know that this is actually being called the North Lake Fire. And Stacy was kind of showing us a map earlier, but this is North Lake Drive and Clark Court. And this is
It's due west of Kennedy Road.
Stacy's here with us.
So it's let's see, north of Keene and west of Kennedy, if that makes any sense to. I'm not terribly great with my directions, but
gives us a.
But it's out off of Keene, just up from Kennedy, so maybe out towards where the new Costco's being built, that area. So yeah, that's what we're hearing. That's what we are seeing.
I know a lot of folks have been asking us online, do we know what started it? Not yet. We are working on getting more information for you, but we do have to be very mindful that these crews are responding to this emergency right now, and they need to get it under control. So we need to keep our distance a little bit. We are working to get you that information safely and in the best way that we can while allowing them to get this work done, because again, we have confirmed that homes are being threatened by this, and we just hope that that they are able to save any structures that this fire is headed toward.
And we know Benton County has numerous fire districts, and I would imagine a lot of them are responding to this one. So we're going to take a quick break, but don't go anywhere. We're going to bring you more live footage right after this break. So stay with us.
Today, too many of us walk away from our primary care appointments feeling rushed and unheard.
We were frustrated too, so we decided to change the quality of healthcare here in the Tri-Cities.
At Primary Care at the PC, we take the time to truly listen. With 1 hour-long appointments, we care about the whole you. You don't have to be a member to be our patient, but once you're here, you might want to be.
Now welcoming new patients. Book your appointments online or call us at 509-783-5465. Primary Care at the PC. Play hard, live well.
Meet the Moore family. They switched from cable internet to Ziply Fiber and got so much more. Mr. Moore got more upload speed for next level gaming and live streaming to the masses. Mason Moore got even more done for his sneaker business, quickly uploading HD product demos and video conferencing without freezing.
Brad, you're on mute.
And now that her family doesn't need her for tech support, Mrs. Moore has more time to stream games into overtime.
Let's go!
Get more of what you love by switching to Ziply Fiber for $65 less per month than cable at ziplyfiber.com.
For over 49 years, Shelby's Floral has been your homegrown neighbor, bringing joy and beauty to every occasion. We're more than just a flower shop and specialize in beautiful custom arrangements, live plants, silk florals, and home decor. Our experienced designers are here to help you with all your floral needs, ensuring that every bouquet is as special as the moment it celebrates. Visit us today at our brand new location on Clearwater in Kennewick. We're part of your community and can't wait to help you celebrate life's moments. Shelby's Floral.
The accident happened so quickly.
I had no idea what to do next.
Instead of going through it alone, I found hope.
With Abita Nelson.
For over 40 years, we've helped families navigate the complicated legal process,
getting the care and settlement you deserve.
Abita Nelson took care of everything,
so I could focus on healing and getting back to my life.
Abita Nelson took my injury personally.
Accidents happen.
Compensation should too.
Abita Nelson, we take your injury personally.
Lights, music, magic. At Giza Powerhouse Theater in Walla Walla, the stage comes alive with electrifying concerts, Broadway-style productions, side-splitting comedy, and unforgettable performances. This isn't just a theater. It's a destination for world-class entertainment in Eastern Washington. From the moment the curtain rises, you'll be swept into the extraordinary. Don't miss your chance to experience it all. Get your tickets now online. Giza Powerhouse Theater, where every show is a showstopper.
It's the Click It RV Roll Into Summer Sales Event going on now at your local Click It RV store with huge manufacturers discounts from Forest River, Starcraft, and more. Get $0 down, nothing, and no payments for 6 months, and get top dollar for your trade. And talk about giveaways. Win a Starcraft trailer or $30,000 in cash. You can beat the coming tariffs, but nobody beats a Click It RV deal. We guarantee it. So don't miss the Roll Into Summer Sales Event at your local Click It RV store. Spokane, Milton, Freewater, Moses Lake, and Union Gap.
Register today. Register your team for $140. Ends midnight Tuesday, June 24th.
We are continuing to follow live breaking news. This is in West Richland, where almost 30 different fire units are on the scene of a wildfire that broke out around 8 p.m.
That's right. This is called the North Lake Fire. For those of you just joining us, this is happening at North Lake Drive and Clark Court in West Richland, but we are hearing that people across the Tri-Cities, including out in Pasco, are smelling the smoke from this because it is just so huge and has been growing since we have been on the air. We know that this is in a residential area, and at the last time we took this live shot, we had just confirmed that homes are being threatened right now by this fire.
We've got Monique Ledesma and Aaron Wenzel. They are live streaming right now on the Apple Valley News Now Facebook page. We do know that homes are being impacted.
That's right. So again, the winds are not going to die down for a few more hours tonight. That's going to impact the firefighters' ability to get control of the fire. So once again, as we tell everyone, avoid the area. If you're in the area, be aware of your surroundings right now. If you live in West Richland, make sure you check and see, you know, if you can see the smoke or if it's anywhere near your home. Be prepared for get ready and go tonight.
And we were earlier looking at a live picture at Richland, and I mean, the air is not great.
Right. The smoke has definitely filled our air around here. So that's what's going on. If anyone's just tuning in tonight, big fire West Richland. That's the smoke you're seeing and smelling in our area.
You know, earlier when we took this camera, maybe I'd say, I don't know, 40 minutes ago, I saw a guy out, maybe a homeowner or a landowner with a hose. Just, you know, I mean, people are very, very concerned.
That's right, and that's where that defensible space comes in, keeping your area cleared around your home, having hoses available. But again, hopefully our firefighters will be able to get a handle on this tonight. Unfortunately, guys out there fighting the fire, the winds are not going to cooperate for a little while.
And let's go now to a shot of where exactly this is, that map that you created, Stacey.
That's right. If we take our links one, our weather. So if you take a look at your map, you can see Keene Road there, and at the very bottom of the screen, Kennedy. And then I'm going to go ahead and zoom in to where the fire is actually. So see Clark and North Lake Drive there on your screen. That is where the fire is at this point. So you see there's a lot of homes, there's some lakes and a lot of nice homes. I knew a friend that lived on that lake in that area. So yeah, that is a very heavily populated area with lots of space in between. So there's lots of vegetation that could burn in that area.
Well, I do know that if you do not need to be out in this area, please stay away so fire crews can work. As we have been live on the air with you, we have seen multiple emergency vehicles coming in on the scene. So, you know, definitely if you are just even on the outskirts of this area, make sure you're on the lookout for emergency vehicles that may be headed to and from this area, and, you know, give them some space. Our crews are staying back. Maybe we should go back out live to another picture because this has just been such a huge fire, and we want to show you what's going on here. But we've been hanging back a little bit. We don't want to be too close. We want to let the fire crews have room to do their job and get this done. But again, as we mentioned, it is threatening homes. When you were talking about that man that was out there with seemingly like with a hose, I mean, since then, more crews have arrived. Yeah. So more help has arrived. So hopefully we can get this under control very soon. First call came in, as you mentioned, Austin, right around 8 o'clock, and it is now 9:25. So this is something we have been monitoring for quite some time now.
And it's interesting. I go out on a lot of these scenes, and depending on the situation, you can tell the urgency in firefighters, right? And just a moment ago, as I was looking at this shot, I just saw one firefighter running around the truck. That's when you know it's serious.
This is absolutely serious because it's not just, you know, protecting these homes, obviously, but we want to do that. But honestly, I mean, this is a very huge fire. We want to make sure everybody is safe. We have no word on, oh, the camera's a little bit shaky. Sorry, we are live here on the air. We have no word that anybody has been injured in this fire, but that is definitely something that we want to pay attention to, especially when you have a fire of this size that is growing as fast as it is. Does not give people a lot of time to react. So we want to make sure that everybody is very well aware of this situation, staying away from here. Don't go toward this area if you don't have to, and let fire crews do their job.
There you go. And again, winds are not a cooperating factor, and so unfortunately, that is what we've been warning you about day after day. So
okay, we are going to sign off from television. We're going to be joining regular scheduled programming here, but we will be live streaming on Facebook. We will be on AppleValleyNewsNow.com, so make sure you stay with us. And then we're going to be back with an update on TV at 11 p.m.
All right, so we will definitely keep you posted as we monitor this live breaking news situation out in West Richland. But for now, have a good night, everyone.
Good night.